Hey guys, this is Jenna with Hill Valley Farm, and I wanted to do a kid recap. We bred 13 does and they had 40 kids. So let's get started. First up is Hill Valley Java Chip. He was born to the Hill Valley Zelala Grace and Vista Oaks Recall. His brother, he has been sold. His brother here is Hill Valley Caramel Latte. He has also been sold and at a farm in Etowah, Tennessee. And their brother, so Lila had triplet bucks. We just call him White Frappe. He's actually available as a wether. The next two here are Benny and Kevin. They are brothers, and they were born to Hill Valley Hershey's Cocoa and Hill Valley Strike 'em Out. And so they are actually at their pet homes now in near Johnson City, Tennessee. This guy right here is available. This is Hill Valley cookie dough, choco chip cookie dough. He's a Swiss buckling. He was born just like this girl, Hill Valley Karmic Oreo, to the Hill Valley Z Karmic Glory and Vista Oaks Rocket. This is also Hill Valley Pinball Wizard. He actually went to his new home today in Monroe County. And he was also born to Gloria and Rocket. This last little girl is Hill Valley Swiss Miss. She has been sold to Tortuga Acres in Indiana. We call this guy Woody. He was born to Corey's Fancy Karma and Vista Oaks Rocket. Sadly, he has an undescended testicle and needs to be sold as a pet, so he is available. His sister here is Hill Valley Tennessee Pearl. She was also obviously born to Corey's Fancy Karma and Vista Oaks Rocket, and she is available. The next one here is a buckling. He was born to Karma and Rocket as well. So the Karma had triplets, and this little guy is available as a buckling. The next three are bucklings out of Rolling Meadows, BB Godiva, and Vista Oaks Rocket. This is Hill Valley Curlin Schuster. We call him Schusty. He is sold. He will be going to Iowa. This is Hill Valley Curlin Landsteiner. He is actually available as a buckling. Look at the length on this buck. He's beautiful. Same with this guy. He's a black and tan Swiss, and his name is Hill Valley Curlet Hamilton. This guy we call him Plies. He has been sold, and he is going to a pet home in Middle Tennessee. He was born to Hill Valley Moondance and Vista Oaks Recall. This is his sister, Hill Valley Olympic Spirit. She is sold and will be going to a home with her sister very soon. This is her sister, Hill Valley I Am Your Venus, also born to Moondance and Recall. She's a beautiful lengthy doe with a wonderful front end and great blending. This is Hill Valley Yabba Dabba Doe. She's actually the second doe that we have available as of now, and so she's also out of Moondance and Recall. This guy we called him Black Ice. He was born to Hill Valley or the Sea to Sky and Vista Oaks Recall. He and his brother here, they're twins, and we called this one Sky's Storm. They both went to a home together as pets, wethers, since Sky is a first freshener this year. This next little guy is Hill Valley Eagle Flight Huey. He was born to Corey's Fancy Tea Elfwin and Vista Oaks Rocket. This is right here, Hill Valley Fly Me to the Moon. We call her Moon, and she is actually retained. Huey is available, the one before, as a buckling. This is Hill Valley Flying First Class. We call her Classy, and she has been sold and will be going with Venus and Olympic Spirit. This dude is also out of F1 and Rocket, and he also has an undescended testicle, so he is available as a pet. This is Hill Valley Hide the Rum. He is out of Cedar View, Tuscany, and Vista Oaks Recall. He has been sold and is going to Tortuga Acres in Indiana. This is his sister, Hill Valley Mimo Mirabella, and she is retained. Caden has kept her, and she is in his name. This is their brother, Hill Valley Shootin' Red Rider. He is also sold to a family in Indiana, and so he is a beautiful buckling out of Tuscany and Recall. Here we have Hill Valley Deuces Are Wild. He is out of Vista Oaks Risky Business and Vista Oaks Recall. He has been sold and is going to Iowa. Here we have Hill Valley Roll the Dice. Dicey is being retained, and she is a lovely little doeling, and we feel like she has a lot of potential. This is Hill Valley Watch This Madness. She's also out of Risky and Recall. She is also retained, so we call her Maddie. This is Hill Valley Luck of the Draw. We call her Lucky, and she has been sold and is going to live in Iowa with her brother Deuce and Coco and Schuster. His name is Gary. He is a weather, and he has been sold. He will be going with Venus and Classy. This is Johnny. He has been sold, and he will be going with his brother Garrett, who is next here. And they were all three born to Hill Valley Isabella and Vista Oaks Recall. So Isabella had triplet bucklings, just like her mother, Lily. Here we have Ulysses, and he has been named by Gavin. He will be sold as a weather. He is out of Hill Valley Iris and Vista Oaks Recall. This is their doeling, Hill Valley Ace of Hearts. She looks like she has a heart on her back, and she has been sold to a farm in Knoxville. This is Hill Valley Flying Scotsman. He is out of Rolling Meadows, J. Mary Mercy, and Vista Oaks Recall. He is being retained. This is Hill Valley Teacher's Pet. She is polled and blue-eyed and beautiful. She's going to Tortuga Acres in Indiana. This is Hill Valley Huckleberry Finn. He is the last of the three out of Mercy and Recall, and he is available as a buckling. So all in all, we had a really, really successful year. I've said it before, we had 13 does and they all kidded. We had a total of 40 kids, and every single one of them made it. That's really rare. You always have issues, and we did have issues. We had some, positional issues. I've never had a year where I saw so many hawks bent first coming out, and that's an odd position, and you have to help in that situation. We had a head back, and that was in Lily. Lily probably had the most traumatic birth of everyone, just because of me having to go so far in. Then pull out the second one completely, and then the third one. So I pulled all three of hers, just because by the time we got to the second one, she was so tired. She had been in labor for so long. So, things do happen like that. You just have to be prepared and know that, in that situation, you have to be proactive. You have to do something, because the last thing you want to do is lose a kid, but the very last thing you want to do is lose the doe. That's our, if we save the doe, we feel like we are successful. So, you don't want anything to be lost, but, it does happen. It's just real life, when you do this kind of thing. So I want to show you guys, what the kids are doing now, and kind of also show you like where some of the bucklings are, and kind of go from there. So hang on. So what does it look like now? Because majority of these guys are a month and a half old. They're about getting close to 5 weeks. And so You know, at this stage of those, you know, that are a little bit younger than the first ones that we had, number 1, Swiss Miss. This is what she does all the time. Just make sure you wear shirts around her you really don't care about, because she is going to chew on them. So here's Isabella's. So a couple of hers. She has 3 total. I don't know where the other one is. Here's Moon. This is what she does too. So there's Coco. Hello, Coco. And Isabella. Gloria. Tuscany. And Ellie. Ellie finds these little kids annoying. Yeah. This is, and the littlest one is Huey. He is literally 7 weeks old as of today, believe it or not. Yaba's in the middle, and Olympic Spirit's on the end there. There's Pearl. Pearl! She knows her name. And Mirabella. She's got green ears because we had to tattoo her. We are taking her to a show. See? This is Alice. Swiss Miss's twin, but much larger. And she is shaved for show. It's very hard to get images of them when they're so friendly, but that's her shaved. So Sky, her bucklings were sold, and they have actually gone to their new home. So she's only milking. She's ready for show season. There's Lucky. She's decided I am her little buddy. This is Gary, Isabella's other son. Yeah. Lucky is so sweet. And then we have Venus is in the corner there eating hay, and Ace of Hearts here. Hello, Lucky. Hello, baby. And then out here. And we have water buckets everywhere. There's Maddie drinking the water. We have mineral feeders. Hi, Risky. Risky, baby. Maddie has green ears too because she's going to the show. And then there's Molly. Molly is sitting on some baby turkey eggs. Coco's sons went to their new home as well, and they're having a really great time. And so that's what it looks like in here. It's nice and cool in here. It's shaded. May, the matriarch of the herd. Is that right, May? And Lily in the back corner. Her boys are weaning. There's Miss Irma. Hello, Irma. Moon. Hi. There's Miss Lila. Her boys are weaned. 2 have been sold. 1 has gone to his new home. And then Iris is up there. Oh. Run, Swiss Miss. Yeah. And then we have Mercy over here with her 3. Oh. Oops. Get back up. There you go. There's Dicey. See, I'm growing. She is getting to be so big. Yeah. She's Risky's mini-me. So here is Finn and Teach. Teach. Look how pretty. Hi. She's my buddy too. Yeah. Hi, sweetie. Hi. gorgeous. I love her blue eyes with her black. So pretty. Miss Mercy, and there's Scotsman. He is starting to come around. And actually, you know, initially we thought he was black. He is chocolate. Look at that, how chocolate he is in the sunlight. You can tell, especially when he's next to his sister. So he is chocolate, and he is staying. Yep, he is. Where I am not letting him go. His mother has too much to offer in the way of milk production. His brother is for sale. If you're really wanting to add some volume to your herd, obviously I cannot guarantee it, but Mercy's milk test, the first one of this year that she was on as a 2F, 5.9 pounds. That is phenomenal. Hi, Moon. All right, so Elfwin's grazing. Hey, Elfwin. Karma is grazing. Karma is looking really good these days. She got pretty skinny after she had her kids, but she is doing well. I will show you guys something here. If you look very closely in the grass, we have 20 baby turkeys. I'm not even kidding, and they're everywhere. They're so cute. Both Luna and Hedwig. Hedwig is the royal palm. Luna is the blue slate. They both have babies. All right. They're so cute. You kind of got to watch where you walk. Okay. So over here are the boys, and my plan is to actually get them back over in the kid area. We have to put up a fence, and we got that put in, but now I want to do a really good cleaning of the buck house and then put the kids where they really should be in their kid area. So over here we have Mr. Rummy. Hide the rum on the right. Far left, right here, the Swiss, the black and tan Swiss, that's Hamilton. And in the middle there's Uno. Uno sadly has one testicle. He has an undescended testicle, and Craig has a sense of humor. So his name is Uno. Right here, closest to us, is sweet little Red Ryder. Sorry. Yes, Red Ryder. Shooting Red Ryder. Yep. And Deuce back there. Oh my. There's a big man. Hey, Rocket. How are you? He is looking so good these days. And if you've looked at our website, you will know Rocket is for sale. And so I hate so mad to see my Swiss boy go. But he has done his job here, and he has done his job well. So he is ready to move on. So if you know someone looking for a really grand herd sire, that man right there and his son, strike them out. This is what Dice does. Hi, Dicey. I know, she's yelling at me. I left her. Hi, Dicey. So anyways, Strike 'em Out is right next to Rocket there. He is for sale too. I just really haven't listed him because I don't have a good picture of him and his beard. And Ollie, you're getting in the way. That is Frappe. He's actually a wether. He's for sale still. And this is Rocky. He is for sale. He reminds me a lot of Rocket, just the way he's built. But he will be, I would say, much smaller because his dam is Karma and she is super short. I bred Rocket on purpose to all of our smaller does. And I think that was a good move. Oh, here's Shoosty. Shoosty! Hi! Say, I know my name. Schuster is sold. He's going with Coco and Deuce and Lucky to Iowa. So we get to hang on to him for a little while longer. End of May, beginning of June is when they're gonna be to pick him up. But I love him so much. He was the one that was born with a head back, and he is absolutely fine now. He's been fine ever since the moment he was born. His brother Hamilton. Hamilton is still for sale, and he is a pure Swiss boy. Sky. She still looks for her boys every now and then. Don't you? Yeah. I know. Let's see. Way over there. I'm gonna zoom in. That's Java Chip. He is sold. The folks are actually moving. Excuse you, Ollie. Moving from California to Tennessee, and so we are actually just letting them. They're actually moving across the United States with the herd that they have, and they're gonna add him in as a herd sire. The other one over there, he's a buckskin, super long and beautiful, great top line and brisket. That is Landsteiner, and he is available. So that's what it looks like. And we've got cattle panels and doubled it up with 2x4 fencing. You know, we're really careful because, I mean, the only thing between them and the does is this fence. There's Pearl and Johnny and Zaxby the rooster. Yes, we have a rooster named Zaxby. And that's why you want good fencing, because I don't know if you guys saw Sky rubbing on the fence. You want it to be woven. You want it to be woven, not welded. Oh, she's even rubbing on the board. So yeah, and they're happy, they're good. It takes them a little bit to really get to where they're okay being over here, a day or two, but once they are, and the big boys, a lot of times people, you know, will say, oh no, you put them with the big boys. The big boys are actually really nice to them. They don't bother them at all. They actually ignore them. And anyone who's bought a kid that Recall has sired, here's Recall. He's looking magnificent. He is so pretty, so good. I really am starting to love that front end. He was kind of slow developing, but he's really coming along. So he is a year old. Damn pretty. Actually, he's 2 years old. I'm sorry. I forgot your birthday. Yeah, and he's friendly, and he wants to rub on me, and you kind of smell. See? They still rub on that too. That's what they do. It helps get their winter coat off. And I mean, they pretty much have it off. They're looking really nice and shiny. It's amazing what some warm weather and sunshine will do for coats. So yeah, the boys, they just don't fight like the girls do. Oh, here's Landsteiner. Hi, buddy. How are you? He's eating some new grass. Sweet karma. So a lot of people have been asking us, how do you handle 40 kids? Which, to be quite honest with you, you know, that's still rather small scale compared to some farms. But with everything, you have to have a process. And so we've always had the kidding stalls, but they would stay in the kidding stalls, you know, for a week. Well, when you have so many does in just a short amount of time, you can't keep a doe in the kidding stall for a week. So I'm going to walk you through how we handled everything and where we put them and why. So here goes. Okay, so the part one, when a doe would be in labor, she would be going either in here or in here. I have cameras on both stalls, and so I could see them at night. I could see them if I'm in the house. I could hear them and everything. And we have doors in between, so they would be in here. You'll see also the chains hanging down. Those were actually for our heat lamps. Fortunately, we don't need those right now because it's warm now, but we did need them really badly. So in here, the doe would get grain, minerals, baking soda, and hay, and of course water. And here's the hay feeder in that stall. You can stand there and eat. So those are the kidding stalls. So notice I only have 2 of them. So you gotta be purposeful. Okay, so another question we get is, when do you milk a goat? So right after they kid, how does that work? So we would come from the kidding stall in here to the milk room, and odds are I would always put the doe on this stand just because we have a nice ramp going up it, and I would milk that doe anywhere from 12 to 18 hours after kidding, just because you want to try, they make more colostrum than the kids need, and I would just take a little colostrum and, go ahead and milk them, get the colostrum, save it, and freeze it, because we found out with Karma, you never know. You may need, some colostrum. Excuse the mess. I spilled my soapy water. And then here's our feed. You'll notice non-milker feed and milker feed. And so this is a great big box. I know it doesn't look like it, but it's half full on both sides. But yeah, so this is a milk enhancer feed, and this has a coccidiostat. Obviously, you don't want to give your milkers a coccidiostat. So right now, the only ones on this feed are the bucks and the non-milking does and juniors and yearlings. So this is the feed that we put our kids on when they are 2 weeks old. So after the doe kids, and it's been a day or so, if that, we would go and put them in a kid pen. So, and this was really fancy, really nice. We built it. This is a ramp. We didn't want steps because goats really don't like steps. So that's why we made the ramp. So in here you'll see the lamp. It's actually a lot higher. It's normally lower if we're actually using it. And this is where the kids will stay at night now. Remember I told you guys we could take away that panel and the kids can go to and from. So they have plenty of room, and they obviously need more hay in this one. But this is where they sleep, and they're separated from their dams, so they fill at night. This is just an extra one I had ready to go. We have this one. It's just, we're going to do something with that wood. I'll let you guys know soon. And here's another pen. It's actually being used for some that I don't want to share with you right now. It's a surprise for the next video. And out here we have temporarily made a fence because now obviously we need to mow out here and we will, but I wanted to show you guys it's a really large area, and this is where I want to be able to have the buck kids that haven't sold. So that's this area. So after the doe kids, and then we put her in the kid pens, and that's where they stay for a week. I would also, let them out and graze, not with the herd, but with just by themselves behind me or in the other field over there. And that was when the grass was really first coming in, and they loved doing that, and the kids loved to play and jump and run. So, you know, I would do that. Also, so they got exercise. But after they've been in the pens for about 5 days, you know, they start getting like any other creature would get. They get like cabin fever, and they went out. So right at about a week, we would let, depending on the doe and the kids. I mean, if it was 5 days and everyone's strong and doing great, the doe can come on out. Once the doe comes out, and you guys know, because if you have seen our video from last year, reintroducing a doe back into the herd, it's not for the faint of heart. That doe has to find her way into the herd again. It's like a whole reshuffling. Even though it's only been 5 days to a week, there's still some shuffling that has to be done. You want to make sure the kids are quick and easy. They know to get out of the way. And so I don't put the kids out if they're weak or doing not well, which fortunately we really didn't have that problem this year. A couple of them were smaller, and you know, kind of had to watch them a little bit more, but for the most part they were really, really healthy. So then we, you know, like I said, reintroduce them, and then at night they would sleep in one of the stalls all together, the mamas and babies. And it just worked, and that's how we flowed. Now, obviously, the more you do this, the more does you get, the bigger your herd gets. You know, I'm not sure I want to do that many in that time frame anymore. Spreading it out means you're spreading it out. You know, the kidding season is longer. It is really nice when they kid out and you're done, and you can focus on like what we're focusing on now, you know, selling, figuring out where they're going, showing. We're really gearing up for the show season coming up. So it's really nice to be able to do that. But I am playing with my breeding plans already, thinking that I might start kidding if someone will ever go into heat, maybe in November, you know, and start then, like kid 2 of them out November, December, and then skip January, kid out the end of February into March, and then some more in June, or May or June. So that's my thought. Obviously it would be really spread out, but you know, 40 is a lot. And I know that it's going to be at least 13 does we're going to be freshening next year. So, yes, we are milking. I have dried Coco up because she's sold. And we are going to be going to a show, and I can't leave a milker here. And so she has been dried up. Elfwin I'm not really keeping in milk because she's already proven, and her job is just to make pretty babies and very nice stock, and she does that very well. And Iris is for sale. We have decided that, you know, just with her stature, she's not what we're looking for in a doe. She would be much better off as a family milker or just, you know, a pet. And so Iris is for sale. Moondance has gone on to be with her new herd. And so I am down to focusing really on 9 does for milk test and for show this year. And I hand milk twice a day. It's a lot easier when kids are on them, because sometimes if it's really late and the kids have been on them all day, you can kind of cheat and just not milk. But for the most part, it's twice a day, especially for the ones that the kids have been pulled off of or sold or whatever. You know, you have to. You don't have a choice. So we've been doing that. It's basically every 12 hours they get milked. But because it's so daunting, because there's so many, we have purchased a milk machine. So we will be implementing that into our routine, and hopefully that'll cut down on some time for us. So that's pretty exciting. So thanks so much for watching. I hope that this video helped you see and understand how we do what we do, because I've just been getting a lot of questions about it, and so I thought it would be kind of a good video for that. Make sure to subscribe. We are actually really getting good and getting a lot of subscribers, so we're excited excited about that. So be sure to subscribe and also click the notification bell so that when we do a video and post it, you will be notified. And so that's exciting. I will in the next video just let you guys know who exactly has come into our herd and go into great detail as to who they are. And we're really super excited about them. And I also am thinking about doing a turkey video. So if you like what you see, give me a thumbs up, comment, and if you have any questions, leave it in the comments below. We really appreciate everyone that watches us and supports us, and we hope that you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. See you real soon.